your core stretch. So this is one of those nice ones where we just get to have a lovely stretch. We're going to work on the core, so the waist, the tummy and the back into the upper and the lower back. Really nice and short, as all of these videos are for the May calendar. So even if you're in your PJs or something, you could still just switch it on, give it a go, and it will hopefully just make you feel a little bit rejuvenated to finish off this week. And then you'll be ready to move into week 4, which is our whole body week, okay? So really enjoy this nice stretching sequence today and enjoy the rest and enjoy the recovery, okay? So whenever you're ready, we're going to start seated. We're going to have our knees bent and have our feet flat on the ground. Knees stay parallel. So let's just lengthen the spine. Maybe you want to sit on a cushion if that helps you feel a little bit more lifted today. We'll take a breath in as we sweep the arms up. Exhale as you breathe out, bring the arms down. So fingertips just lightly touch. Inhale as they sweep up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, just floating the arms down, relaxing the shoulders. So just active through the core, but just to support that lower back, nothing strenuous. Just start to move the body with the breath, breathing in through the nose as you lengthen the spine, create space. Exhale as you bring the arms down. Let's come all the way up. So inhale as you lift, lengthen here and hold. Let's bring the right hand down to the ground. Take a little side bend. So reaching up and over with the left arm. Keep the feet flat. Keep the knees parallel. Don't force yourself into any of these stretches today. Just gently open out through the chest. Feel that stretch through the side body. Then we're going to sweep that left arm. The left arm goes on the outside. You're going to slide the right hand close to the bottom behind you and just take a little twist here. Be careful not to press onto that right knee too much because you don't want the knees coming together. So try to keep those knees parallel. Maybe you could put a pillow in between your knees. That might help you keep the alignment. But we're working on pressing with the left arm to push ourselves round, looking over the right shoulder. Fingertips are pressing away from the ground, lengthening through the spine. Now we're going to come back through center. You're going to take hold of your left wrist with your right hand. You're going to bring it up and overhead, and you're going to pull that left arm a little bit further this time. Take your eye line up towards the left as well. Keep your bottom on the floor, and you're just easing that left arm up and out of the rib cage. The ribs away from the hips. Feel that space through the side body, that area that we have worked on this week. So those obliques all the way down through the waist into the back. Okay, let's come back to center. Don't be afraid to give it a jiggle. No one's looking at you, everyone's looking at me. Don't be afraid to shake the arms and just to loosen off through your shoulders, okay? Let's bring ourselves inhaling, sweeping all the way back up. And then let's pop our left hands down now, come up and over with the right. So just gently, softly to start with, just pulling the arm back so it's not coming in front of your face. Maybe using a pillow between the knees so the knees don't collapse into one another, and softening through this left elbow so there's no tension in the shoulder. That right arm then sweeps to the outside of the left leg. The left hand slides in, the fingertips are on the ground close to the bottom, and you look up and over your left shoulder. So you're using both hands here. I'm using the left fingertips to pull myself around a little bit more, and I'm using the right arm to just press gently into that left leg to twist myself a little bit further, opening through the chest and creating a lovely spinal twist through the back body. Then I'm coming back through to center. I'm going to take hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Going to bring it up and over, reaching up and over, and then taking the eye line up to the right as well. Using that left hand, pull the right arm over a little bit further if you can. Just ease it, don't yank it, but just ease it over, keeping the chest open. Try not to tuck the tailbone under, try and keep the hips lifted. And then we come back to center, and again, don't be afraid to have a little shake, okay? Make it silly, make it fun, doesn't matter. Let's bring the soles of the feet together now. Allow the knees to open wide, okay? Maybe have your feet further forwards, maybe have your heels in close, wherever feels comfortable for you, okay? So just soften here. We're gonna start to curve the back. So we're gonna round the back now. So you're gonna look down at the belly. Now your tailbone will tuck under. And then you're gonna inhale and lift, and just take the eye line up to the ceiling. So you're exhaling, you're curving. Think of the letter C in your back. You're curving the back. And then you're inhaling as you look up, opening through the chest. Let's do this one more time. Just curving off, rounding the back. Feel that length through those muscles in the back body. And then inhale as you lengthen, sweep up and lift. And then let's hold back in center, just soften the arms. Start to circle through the back. So I'm going to start to round the body forwards. Maybe throw in a little shoulder roll, a little neck roll in there. There isn't a right or wrong, and I don't want you to be afraid to explore your body. So to just circular movement, maybe go the other way, maybe take a side bend. Just see how that feels. Maybe you need to take your heels a little further away from the bottom, or maybe a little closer. Maybe you'd prefer it with the legs straight out, whatever feels right. But just move the body, get that curving, that mobilization, and just that freedom, that fluid flow there as you just move the body. Then we'll hold in center. We'll bring those knees together, just lengthen the legs away from you. Take your hands behind you, interlace the hands together. Use a strap if you can't hold the hands together. And then just try to straighten the arms and just lift the chest slightly. Feel that energy as you open out through the front body. Drop the shoulders away from the ears, trying to get the arms off the back. And then maybe hinge forwards from the hips slightly, keeping the arms as they are, using a strap if you need to. Don't worry too much, the knees can be soft here. It's not a hamstring stretch, it's in the back. So if you're feeling it through the backs of the legs, I would advise you bend the knees slightly. We want to lift the arms a little bit, let the head drop down. Just feel that lovely release through the lower back. And then as you peel yourself up, you're going to release the hands, pop the fingertips onto the floor, and then lift the chest, slightly arch into that lower back. So eye line comes up, opening through the front body. And this feels so nice if you've been working at a desk, if you've been sat down a lot, rounded shoulders. You want to open the shoulders, eye line up. And if it feels good, if you want to pause the video, maybe stay there a little bit longer, okay? Let's curve off in your own time. Bring the heels towards the bottom. Coming onto all fours, making your way over. And then placing the right hand behind your head. Let's inhale, open the elbow up towards the ceiling. Take your eye line up. And then exhale, bring that right elbow down towards the left arm. So inhale as you pull the left elbow, this is your right elbow up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bringing that right elbow down towards the left arm. Let's do this one more time. This is just lovely for the posture to open out through the chest. This time we're going to bring the right elbow down towards the left. Then you're going to thread the right arm underneath the left. Bring your right ear down onto the mat. And then maybe you can reach your left hand to the top of your mat. So you're tilting your tailbone high. Bottom is away from the heels. Your eye line's looking at the right arm. And your left arm is reaching overhead. Big recovery breaths here. On the exhale, allowing yourself to let go of any tension and just sink a little bit deeper into this lovely stretch. And then we'll bend the left arm, push yourself away so you can bring yourself up. Reset, we'll do the other side, okay? So left hand behind the head. Inhale as you lift, take the eye line up. Exhale, bring the left elbow towards the right arm. So inhale as you really open out through the upper body. Exhale as you bring it down. Maybe feeling a stretch through the waist, where we've been working with those muscles over the past week. Maybe just feeling it through the upper back and the shoulders. This is our last one here, so we're going to thread the left arm underneath the right. Bring your left ear down onto the mat. Reach that right arm forwards. Eye line is now looking through towards the left hand. Lift the tailbone a little bit higher. Reach that right hand just slightly further forwards if possible. Maybe feeling a stretch around the shoulder, the rib cage, maybe into the upper back. And then we'll bend the right arm, push yourself away, bringing yourself up onto all fours. And take a circular movement here. So as we did when we were seated, there's no right or wrong. Maybe you want to take a little side dip. Maybe you want to go through cat and cow, but just move your body, move the back, move the tummy, the chest, and just notice what feels good. And this is a great one to do first thing in the morning as you wake up, or maybe last thing at night if you start to get a little stiff just before you go to bed. Let's make our way back into child's pose, bottom to the heels, reaching the arms forwards. Allow your forehead to drop down onto the mat. Take a moment here in your child's pose, lengthening through the back body. Using those big out breaths, see if you can breathe into the lungs in the back. See if you can allow yourself to go a little bit deeper. And then making your way back up onto all fours in your own time. Bringing those knees in just gradually and bringing yourself onto your bottom, coming into a cross-legged position if that feels suitable for you, maybe sitting on a cushion if you would prefer. And we're just going to interlace the hands together. I just want you to cause a wave. So you're just going to move a wave through the elbows, and I'd like you to get your shoulders involved as well. Okay, so I'm just trying to release some tension through the shoulders, through the upper body, because we carry a lot of unnecessary tension there. Maybe go the other way, but that feels really awkward for me. I don't know how it feels for you, but just see if you could just move the body in any motion here, using the breath, releasing any tension, and then bringing those hands down on the ground in front of you. Give the shoulders a little roll, a little shimmy forwards, and then just invite your body to melt over. Letting the head soften, letting the shoulders soften, the elbows, keeping the bottom on the ground. You're just hinging from the hips. Notice how that feels across the lower back, allowing those knees to drop out to the sides. Using one last breath, see if you can go a little bit further towards the ground. And then peeling yourself back up. Just bring the other foot in front, okay? So the other foot comes in front now. Interlace the hands again. Now, instead of a wave, this time I'd like to take a circular movement behind the head. But my body is going to get involved as well. So I'm circling through the body, taking the hands behind the head, and I'm just working on opening out the chest, releasing through the lower back as well as I curve the elbows down. Maybe you can go the other way. So just getting some movement there, okay? So we spend a lot of time quite stiff in the body. So sometimes it's really important just to flow, be fluid. Now I know this might feel a little strange for some of you, so don't worry if it feels odd. Just see if you can maybe just go with it and see if you feel the benefits afterwards. And then let's bring our hands in front of this leg now. Use the breath, see if you can melt yourself over. So if you've got a tightness on one side of your back specifically, you might find that as you have one leg in front, that side feels a little bit more restrictive. So if you are enjoying these stretches in particular for the lower back, if you do go to the pre-recorded section under stretches, there is a lower back love video there. Okay, so that is a full 20-minute video just of lower back stretches. So if this is feeling like this is actually helping holding this posture, then that might be a good video to go to. Just if your lower back's feeling a little tight. Okay, let's bring ourselves all the way up, just bending those knees, and give yourself one massive hug. So round the body over, bring the chin down towards the chest, pop the forehead onto the knees if you can, curve your back, hug the heels in as close towards your bottom as possible. So you're in a lovely rounded back posture. Big breath here as you go inwards a little bit more, breathing out through the mouth. And then unravel, lengthen those legs forwards, and you are done. So core week done. A nice short stretch there just to get the body moving, to give it some recovery, some rest, some love, because next week we're going into our whole body week to finish off the May calendar. So whole body standing, whole body strength, and whole body stretch. Let me know how you're doing, and keep taking care of yourself.